Your family is in danger. Most modern SUVs are built like tin cans. They look big, but they fold instantly in a crash. But there are 7 specific SUVs that are built like bank vaults. These are the only cars I would let my wife drive. Number 7 is the car that firefighters hate cutting open. The Subaru Outback. You might think it's just a station wagon for hikers, but underneath the skin, it uses something called the ring-shaped reinforcement frame. Most cars have a frame that is welded together in pieces. Subaru builds the cabin as one continuous hoop of high-tensile steel. The B-pillar, the post between the front and back doors, is so strong that the jaws of life used by paramedics often break trying to cut through it. In side impact tests, the Outback deflects energy away from the passengers better than cars twice the price. Plus, it comes standard with the iihs system, which creates a 3D map of the road to stop the car before you even realize you're in trouble. It's ugly, but it will save your life. Most compact SUVs are death traps. If a semi-truck rolls over on them, they flatten. But the Mazda CX-5 is different. Mazda engineers are obsessed with roof crush strength. The roof of the CX-5 can withstand over 5 times the vehicle's own weight. That means you could stack 5 other CX-5s on top of it, and the roof wouldn't buckle. They achieve this using ultra-high tensile steel in the A-pillars. Look at the small overlap crash test. This simulates hitting a telephone pole with just the corner of your bumper. In most cars, the wheel gets pushed into your legs. In the Mazda, the wheel shears off and deflects outward, leaving the footwell completely intact. It is the safest $15,000 you can spend. Physics does not lie. Mass wins. If you want to be the biggest thing on the road, you buy a Ford Expedition. This is not a unibody crossover like a Highlander. This is a body-on-frame truck. It sits on a fully boxed steel ladder frame derived from the F-150. If a Honda Civic hits you, the Civic is going to crumble. You might not even spill your coffee. But unlike older trucks, the new Expedition has a 5-star crash rating. It has safety canopy side curtain airbags that cover all 3 rows, including the kids in the back. Ford uses boron steel in the frame rails. Boron steel is used in military armor. It stops intrusion into the cabin so effectively that you are basically driving a private tank. This is the car that saved Tiger Woods' life. When Tiger rolled his car down a ravine at 85 miles per hour, flipping multiple times, he survived with just leg injuries. That car was the Genesis GV80. Look at the wreckage. The front is destroyed, the back is destroyed, but look at the cabin. It is perfectly intact. This car has a secret weapon, the center airbag. In a side impact, the driver and passenger often smash their heads together, causing fatal brain injuries. The GV80 fires an airbag between the front seats to stop this. It uses hot-stamped steel that is heated to 900 degrees Celsius and then rapidly cooled. This makes the metal harder than standard automotive steel. It is literally forged like a sword. Mercedes doesn't just protect you during a crash, it protects you before the crash happens. The GLE uses a system called pre-safe sound. This is insane. Milliseconds before an impact, the car's speakers play a specific pink noise. This noise triggers a reflex in your inner ear called the stapedius reflex. This reflex disconnects your inner ear to protect your eardrums from the deafening sound of bending metal and exploding airbags. It also has impulse side. If the sensors detect a T-bone coming, the seat air bladders inflate instantly, shoving you 3 inches toward the center of the car away from the impact zone. It even raises the suspension up to force the other car to hit the strong frame rail instead of the weak door. It is thinking faster than you ever could. You expected a Toyota, and here it is, the Highlander. It doesn't have the fancy pink noise of the Mercedes, but it has something else. TNGA-K architecture. This is Toyota's global platform. It focuses on lowering the center of gravity to prevent rollovers. Rollovers are the #1 killer in SUV accidents. The Highlander is remarkably stable. But if you do crash, it has 8 airbags and a steering column that collapses to save your chest. Many deaths happen when the steering wheel is pushed into the driver. The Highlander's column snaps away from you. Combine that with the fact that the engine rarely stalls or fails on the highway, preventing accidents in the first place, and you have the smartest choice for a family on a budget. And finally, the undisputed king, the Volvo XC90. There is a statistic about this car that sounds fake, but it is true. In the UK, since the XC90 was launched in 2002, there have been over 50,000 sold, and there has been 0 reported driver or passenger fatality in a car-to-car crash. 0. Volvo invented the seatbelt. They gave the patent away for free to save lives. The XC90 uses the highest percentage of ultra-high tensile boron steel of any car in its class. See the red parts in this diagram? That is the safety cage. It is virtually uncrushable. The seats have a special energy-absorbing hinge between the cushion and the frame to save your spine if the car slams down hard. If you have a wife and kids and you can afford an XC90, you buy an XC90. End of story. We can replace cars. We cannot replace families. Spending a little more on one of these 7 SUVs is the cheapest insurance policy you will ever buy. But safety isn't just about the crash. It's about the car actually working when you need it. If you are doing these 5 things while driving, you are secretly destroying your engine, no matter how safe the car is. Watch this video to stop the damage now.